Hi everybody, this is Amass Games. My name is Simon Lavender, and today I'm going to give you a review and how-to of Azul. This is a first edition of the game. This first print apparently had 29,000 copies. This was purchased in store from a friendly local game store and was purchased with, I think, being one of the last one on the shelves in the latter part of, I think, 2017. This does include the Joker tiles. This is an extra thing purchased since. Additionally, the reason for purchase, this version of the game, as you may spot, used to come with a first player token that is cardboard, which went down here. Now, I thought it was a bit of a cheat to chuck a bit of cardboard in when the main parts of the game are played with beautiful plastic tiles, which represent kind of like porcelain tiles. And the reason for purchasing the Joker tiles is to get hold of this thing instead. We'll be playing with this in the game to show you the examples, but you do get it anyway if you happen to have this old version. So let me just remove the box and you'll see what I'll be doing. So I'll just show you one board, but you'll get a board each like this. Great thing is you can have it both ways. This side is for, you can choose any way you wish to go. Most people don't prefer that way. It's regarded as potentially harder. And the reason for that is, as you'll see, you can put colours wherever you want in this board to move across. The downside is you can't have the same thing more than once. So you'll see what I mean in a second. The rulebook's pretty good, very easy to explain, and there's only a couple of clarifications needed. So we're playing with this one board. We're going to play over here. And depending on the number of players, you need out these kind of factories that basically are producing our tiles. So in 2 players, you're playing with 5, and you're chucking in more depending on the number of players. So that would be 3, and that would be if you're playing with 4. So let's just remove those 4 and chuck them back in the box. And we're going to be playing an example with 2 player. So first things first is you need to find out who last went to Portugal. That's basically to define who starts. So, lovely bag, and what you're doing is you're chucking out these things. So without looking, just chuck on 4, and 4, and as I'm doing this, I'll just explain. This is designed by Michael Kiesling. He has won Spiel des Jahres with other games, sometimes with Wolfgang Kramer. So he's definitely known for his good games. Good for Spiel des Jahres means high replayability, easy to teach, fun with families, and I think, if I haven't already said it yet, high replayability, fun, swift. Basically, those are kind of, there's like a top 4 thing that they look for, but some of those phrases are quite overlapping. So this is what you need in that separate bag. You can have a start player token which starts in the center. You need 1 black cube that starts up here. So Portugal, I happened to be in the Azores in April. But the person we played with happened to also be there too, but we say who was last on the plane or something like that. So on your turn, you're going to be picking something from one of these piles and placing it down here. The reason for doing so is when you move things along, you'll score when something is next to something else orthogonally. And at the end of the game, if you've completed some of these rows, you'll score 2 points per row, 7 points per column, and 10 points if you've completed all of one column. So it's quite a strategic game, perhaps in, let's say, 2-player, because you're taking something which could be negative for somebody else. So let's just say I want to take these 2. I take 2 red, and I can stick them wherever I want, but let's say I stick them here, and you'll see why. They take their turn, let's just say they take a blue, and I chuck this in. Now it's my turn again. I'll take a black, just to give you an example of what I'm doing. They'll take a turn, I'll take 2 reds and just chuck everything else in there. And then I'll take something over here. So I should have chucked out their thing too. I'll take a single yellow. Now they still have to go. So they've got all this stuff in the center, say. Now they'll definitely be taking the first player marker, which they'll stick down here, which I'll explain in a second. It means they'll go first in the next round though. So sometimes you could get all 4 of one color, which you'll see could be potentially a good thing for them. So they'll go and they'll do, they can see maybe want to complete this, so they take those and stick them in their thing. for other reasons I wanted to show something different, but never mind. I'll go for these three. They'll chuck down, say, those two. I'll chuck down this again. So you can do the same colour more than once, which is worth pointing out. And I'll take these. Now imagine for some reason other stuff got left in here. And I had completed, say, this one. And I actually had some stuff down here too. So I had to take all of the same colour from the centre as an example. You can't just take a little bit and it goes down the bottom. This is negative. So then you move everything across. So as it's completed, it goes across and I'll score 1 point. As I go down here, I'll score 2 points because it's touching something else. 1 point plus it's touching one thing. So that's 2 points. That comes off, goes back in the box. What we do is we play with this, and rather than just chuck it in the box, got a spare Altiplano bag. So we chuck it in here, and then we know where everything is. This is not complete, so that does not move across. In the next round, you're hoping to get 2 yellows. Over here, this also is not complete, so again, it doesn't move across. Down here, it's going to score 1 point. So I wanted to show you just get 1 point for that. If that was complete, though, I'd get 1, 2, 3, because it's touching. If that happened to be over there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay? So what this means is we've got this 1, and then, so we've got all these points. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the start. Which could happen in the first game. It's not necessarily too uncommon. But the other player is going to lose extra points. And of course, it does get worse the further up you go. That game is how it continues. So that is a round. There's no certain amount of rounds. It's probably at least 5 because you need to do 5 to complete this. I normally see it complete in at least 6, I would say. More likely 8 because you need certain things to complete. And then once this is all completed, which means it's triggered when somebody's completed a whole row, then that triggers the final round. So if somebody did that and they're the last person in the round to go, then that'd be it. Nobody else gets a turn. Everything moves everything across though, as per usual, which they've just done. Then you'd be scoring 2 points. You could be trying to complete all of these to get 10, and you can complete a whole column to get 7. So you have multiple columns completed. Now, the likelihood of completing a column is less than a row, and I normally see maybe 2 to 3 rows completed. Completing a column, I think 2, maybe 3 is the most I've ever done. And completing the colours, I do, but not very frequently. I would say about 5% of games. I've played this game more than 60 times. I've played a speed game at a convention with somebody from Azul today, and we completed it in 9 minutes 44. And I've played this game before breakfast. And having spoken to the designer, he too has played it before breakfast, as his wife loves this game, which I'm sure made him very popular. So this is Azul. It's an abstract theme. It's basically about the Azuletos, which is to do with people who like to do mosaics in the Alhambra Palace in Spain. The King of Spain, or King of Portugal, said, no, I want the same thing over in Portugal. Very beautiful. It's sold extremely well, and it's very easy to have people playing it. I'll just quickly show you what these Joker tiles look like. These let you put down whatever you want to complete something, but you won't be scoring when you're placing it next to it. So you're not going to score, say, 1 point or 2 if it's connecting to something else. So it's a different way of playing it. I thought I'd just try going for them because lots of people were skeptical about trying to score or at least do well in the game. But considering you can still score other ways, it's not a bad thing to do. It clears your board and it's quite effective to a point. And I'm actually quite keen to try it out again. So the last thing to do is to weigh it. It does have these tiles, which does have a bit of weight to it. And the size of the box is slightly smaller than a standard sort of Kallax large game. And let me show you what it weighs. I have played stained glass, the Sintra one. And initially, it didn't really win me over. But I've played it more than once, and I've kind of got into it. That game's a bit different. I may be getting around to telling you at some point. But here's the game. So a fair amount to carry around. 1272. And that is Azul. So please look forward to check it out. This is Plan B Games. It's now Next Move if you're looking to purchase it in the shops these days. Thank you very much.